Hello guys! Magandang buhay! Once again, this is Teacher Lynn Ganda. Join me today as we learn about Subject-Verb Agreement. Off we go! In English language, clear and coherent delivery of ideas and thoughts must be observed. This is to ensure successful communication between and among people. A verb must agree with its subject in number and in person. Specifically, a subject in singular form must have a singular verb, and a subject in plural form must have a plural verb. In most sentences, the subject comes first and is followed by the verb. For example, the dog runs toward the bone. Many Filipinos love adobo. The dog runs toward the bone. Dog, which is the subject, is singular. Runs is the S form of the verb. Many Filipinos love adobo. Filipinos, which is the subject, is plural. Love is the base form of the verb. Sometimes, however, the subject and verb are reversed or inverted, in which case the verb comes before the subject. The resulting inverted sentences can cause confusion in subject-verb agreement. Take notice of the following sentences. Which of the two inverted sentences is correct? In her hand is 2 roses. In her hand are 2 roses. Notice that the above sentences both begin with the prepositional phrase, in her hand. In both sentences, the phrase is immediately followed by the verb and the subject comes last. When a sentence has a verb that appears before its subject, it is called an inverted sentence. Because an inverted sentence is not the usual way that most people use in writing or speaking, locating the subject and the verb of the sentence can be difficult. Fortunately, there is a way to solve this tricky issue. The technique in finding the correct subject and verb in an inverted sentence is by rephrasing it in the normal order. The normal order is to write a sentence where the subject is written before the verb. You can do this by asking what really is being talked about in the sentence, which will lead you to the subject. Once the subject is spotted, it is now easier to find the verb and check if it agrees with the subject. To illustrate what this means, here are the steps. 1. Analyze the original sentence. In her hand is 2 roses. 2. Ask what is being talked about. 2 roses. And then write it down before anything else. Next, add the existing verb. Is. 2 roses is. Then, write the rest of the words. In her hand. 2 roses is in her hand. Check if the subject and the verb agrees. The verb does not agree with its subject. If the verb agrees with the subject, use it. If not, change it. 2 roses are in her hand. Finally, convert it back to the inverted sentence. In her hand are 2 roses. Using this technique, you will be able to figure out which of the 2 sentences has the correct subject and verb agreement. To make you more familiar with this discussion, here are more examples. At the back of the car is a dog. Subject dog is singular, and it should take singular verb. On the top of the table are cats. The subject cats is plural, and it should take plural verb. In a corner stand three horses. The subject horses is plural. It should take the base form of the verb. In an inverted order, the verb comes first before the subject. The nouns that serve as subjects may either be singular or plural in form. Remember to keep in mind that when the subject is singular, it must take a singular verb, and when the subject is plural, it must take a plural verb. Inverted sentences have subjects come after the verb. Nouns used as subjects can be singular or plural in number. A verb must agree with its subject in number and in person even when the sentence is in inverted order. I hope you learned something today. Thank you for watching. See you again next time. God bless.